All right. Good morning. Today is Saturday, September 19th. I hope everyone's doing well. Sweater weather here in Boating. Just before we get started, I did want to do a land acknowledgement. I'm so proud to be from Boating, from Sault Ste. Marie, downtown Sault Ste. Marie. It's a very special place. It's right in the middle of all the Great Lakes, which is the largest freshwater body in the world. So we as the people here have a very special responsibility to protect those lands and those waters. So shout out to that because water is life. Sault Ste. Marie or Boating is surrounded by Garden River, Batchewana, and Minisinabe Cree First Nations. So we have many folks here. It's the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe. We also have Cree and settler folks here, as well as folks from all over the world, because it's a beautiful place to live. It is the home of the former Shingwalk Residential School. So it's just really important to recognize like the land, the peoples, and the history of the territory that we live in, because it's a very beautiful place, and we have that special responsibility. So thank you all for gathering here virtually, but from that territory. Vove, later, if you wanted to talk a little bit about your territory, that's cool too, because you're calling in from a different area. And yeah, I'm just so excited to have our special guest here today. This is a show about DJ Seith, Shane Erickson, who's been a huge inspiration of mine. And when we talked about this topic, Shane wanted to bring on folks that inspired him. So Jessa, Vove, Chandra, and Steve hold a special place for Shane in his heart. And I'm so excited to have you here today. I'd like to hear a little bit about you. I'm not sure who wants to go first. I will pick somebody if it goes too silent for too long, though, and then we'll just kind of pass the ball. I'd love to hear about you. You know, where you're from, what you believe in, maybe how you met Shane. Is there anything you wanted to add, Shane, before someone picks up that ball?
Yeah, I'm just very excited and glad to have so many beautiful faces and friends together this morning. And yeah, I was a little bit nervous going in on this episode, but now that I'm here, I feel so much better and so so warm, and I don't know, it's just full of love, and super happy to have everybody here. So excited to get started.
Yes, yes. Good morning. All right, whoever's interested in introducing themselves first can take that mic, and we'll go from there.
I can give it a shot. My name's Steve Bonifaro. Go by St. James when we're DJ Seith and myself are performing as Planet Rock. It's an honor to be here. Cece, thanks so much with the whole panel. Everyone, we got to know each other a little bit just beforehand, and everyone seems pretty awesome. I'm living in Sault Ste. Marie, Bawatting, as Cece mentioned, and I am originally from London, Ontario, and went to school in Thunder Bay for a little bit, where I met my wife, current wife, who is originally from Edmonton, and we have 2 kids. We're living currently in central Sault Ste. Marie, and Steve and I met actually through work. His work did something with my work, and then I was sitting. I'm about getting close to 5 years sober, and it was about a month after I stopped drinking. I was sitting at a friend's house in a garage, just listening to music, and I hadn't really started writing at that time. And the tech guy from my work walks in, and he's got records, and apparently he's this DJ Seith that I've been hearing so much about from my friends and the people in the city, and that. So we kind of struck up a friendship at that point, and we really seemed to similar sensibilities as with approaches to life, as well as creativity and music, which we'll get into a little bit at some point here. So yeah, that kind of sums it up in terms of how Seith and I developed a relationship. And buddy, this means we're going on our 5-year anniversary sometime soon.
Oh, that's true.
This is
Yeah.
pretty awesome, man. Yeah, we're getting there. We're going gray. If you can see the beard here.
Yeah, I got a few in the back.
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome. Welcome, Steve. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
I think Chandra unmuted.
Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, so I'm Chandra, and I cannot say where Seith and I met. It would have to be a number of years ago, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we go back as far as YSI and further.
We definitely go further than YSI. I know that much.
Yeah, because we performed together so long ago when I was still performing as Lil Pip.
That's right.
Yeah,
I think I want to say that was either 2011 or 2010. Might have been that far ago. But
yeah, because my babies were babies.
They were.
Yeah. So I was born in Sault Ste. Marie, and I moved to Thunder Bay where I grew up and went to high school with Vove, who I still hold very dear to my heart. I have many of his CDs that he made and mailed to me. He sent them in the mail, and I still have those, like a whole stack of them. If y'all ever want to listen, we could have like a whole listening party.
Yes, please.
Yes, I can bring them to you.
I would love that.
And then I moved from Thunder Bay to Montreal, where I spent a lot of time in a very active art scene, of course, in Montreal. And I think it was a huge influence. And then I moved back home and had 2 babies. And I've been here ever since, infecting the Sioux with my wonderful energy. And I'm so excited to be here. And I didn't really realize that I was such an influence on Seith, and it kind of made my heart flutter. So I'm emotional. Thank you.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here. You are most definitely an influence on me.
And your energy is certainly wonderful, and I'm certainly just grateful to have you in the community also. Thank you for coming. Who's next? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
It's the new moon, I think. I think it's the new moon. So we're all pretty emotional, I think. I know I am. I'm Vove. I met Seith at what might be my last show. It was on my birthday, which is a leap year. It happened this year, right before the plague. And and he kept in touch. He was really nice, so I kept on talking to him, and we're friends. I don't know how. I make music, also visual arts and video stuff. And I'm nervous. Hi.
Don't be nervous.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have Vove on the show. Yeah, we literally met earlier this year, right before the whole plague hit the world, and I was so blessed to be able to see what turned out to be his last show, and I really hope that isn't the case going forward, that we're able to kind of get back to doing shows together, because his show was so inspiring to me, and it was just like, like the amount of creativity and what's the word? I'm just getting all flustered right now. It was just really like a spark of like, childlike wonder in his music, and I was just like, oh my God, I totally, like, my heart went out, right, and just splattered all over the floor, and I was just like, yes, this is amazing. I
really appreciate that. Like, on my end, it felt like such a gamble, like a coin flip. Like, this could go either way. Like the subject matter of my music, and the attitude, like the playful attitude. Like it felt like a serious show that I was walking into with this stuff, and I was really frightened. But at the same time, evil giraffe. I have to represent.
I really need to speak to Vove Abraxas right now, because I remember him in high school walking around, and he was rapping even then in grade 10. grade 9, you know, all the time. It was all the time. He had so much creativity. It was just bursting out of him all the time. And the way Seith just described you is exactly it. Such energy and innocence and this vulnerability, and it's always been there. And you are a remarkable artist. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
This is exactly what I was hoping the show was going to be. This is everything I wanted to be and more.
So much warm fuzzy. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling it with my tea.
Mm-hmm.
Jessa, let's hear about you.
My name's Jessa Nisbett. I'm a 38-year-old, a very open transgender woman. I met Shane when I was a teenager. And so my friends and I were like goth kind of kids, and we were goth kids, but we were really into like different kinds of music. And we threw a lot of parties because my friend had a house and his mom was never there. So we basically had free range of this house. So we threw parties all the time. And my friend Dave had invited Shane over because Shane was into music. And back then, none of us had like DJ equipment or anything. We just had like a computer, and Shane would literally bring over a hard drive filled with music and hook it up to our computer. And we would like DJ from Winamp back in the day. I don't even know how old I was. I maybe like 16 or 17 at the time. But it was so great because he was so he felt so strongly about music, and I felt so strongly about music as well. So having someone else come in and take over and play different music than what we had historically been listening to just was amazing. And then over the years, Shane continued to be kind of a part. Like whenever we had a party, or if there was a birthday, or an event, if we threw an event, he would come and be a part of it. And it was so amazing to always have him there. And it was always different music because we listened to a lot of maybe not so hip hop stuff. So having Shane come in and expose us to new and old music was really amazing. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of nervous.
Thank you for this, Jessa. I really appreciate it. Like, I remember too, like going back then, and like it was really a music share in all directions. Like you guys were exposing me to just as much. You know what I mean? Like I learned about all kinds of different music through you guys, and the friendships that we've kind of kept over the years. Like they're so valuable to me, and I'm so glad to still be able to have you guys in my life, and to be able to keep in contact and everything like that. So it's beautiful, like to kind of like look back and see what we've kind of done over all these years, and how far we've come, and what kind of people we've evolved into. And so, yeah, I'm super happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.